Hi, are you ready to join me for a little bit of foam roller today? If so, grab your foam roller and meet me on the mat. We're going to start with the roller right behind the shoulder blades. At the bottom of your blades on your rib cage, bend your knees and sink your tailbone down toward the mat. Curl your hips and your ribs and sink and soften down through the front of your waist. Bring your hands behind your head. Cradle your head right at the nape of your neck and take an inhale and extend back. Inhale, extend back, lift your heart, feel your shoulder blades sink into your back. And then exhale, curl, wrapping the front of your ribs. Let your rib cage sink in and your waist come down. So feel a curl of your hips. And again, inhale, arch back. Let your tailbone drop down heavy and your heart rise up. Exhale, all of your air, feel your belly sink to your spine. Let's take one more. Inhale back. And exhale. Come all the way back up. With your hands still behind your head, let's draw your awareness to your feet. Go ahead and lift your right foot and then lower down. And then lift your left and lower down. Let's take two more. Inhale, lift right. Exhale down and left and down. Now lift the right and hold. And lift the left and hold. Single leg stretches. Inhale, reach the right leg up, and then the left. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep pressing your head firmly into your hands. Draw the front of your ribs in and sink your belly to your spine. Let's add the arms to this. So as your left leg comes in, hold it, and then switch and hug the right one in. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Belly drawing in, ribs drawing in the whole time. Last two, and one more. Now hug both your knees in to a tight little ball. Inhale, reach your legs on a diagonal, your arms by your ears. Exhale, hug into a tiny little ball. Inhale, reach. Exhale in. Stay round in your spine as you work. Exhale in. Let's take three more. Inhale out. Exhale. And two. Inhale, reach. Exhale. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug back in. Extend your legs straight. Hold the back of your right leg. Hold it as high as you can, but keep your shoulders and arms connected. And pull, pull, switch. And pull, pull, switch. Right leg up. And then the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more side. Inhale. And exhale. Both legs come up. Hug your knees in. Push your hands to the back of your head again for crisscross. So crossing, twist to your right, reach your elbow and your shoulder toward your knee, and then come through center and reach the opposite elbow and shoulder. And alternate. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And twist. So at this point, it feels fairly light on the shoulder blades with the roller. The roller is just helping you stay into your curl. Some of you have had challenges with your neck. This is a great way to do the Pilates stomach series. And one more. And then come back in and set both feet down. Really a nice job. Let's lift the hips up. So bring your feet a little bit wider. Lift your hips and bridge up high. And then lower your hips back down. As you come up, just feel your abdominals stretching, the front of your hips opening, and then soften back down. This time, just lift up to about the height of your shoulders and start rolling up and down across your rib cage, across your shoulders. Just letting go of any tension that you may have in your shoulders or your neck. And then when you come back, set your hips down. Press your elbows to the back of your roller. Straighten out your legs and press yourself up to seated. Good job. Bring your hands to the back of your roller now. And then roll your shoulders down and back a few times, lifting and rolling down and back. One more. And once they're down and back, curl from your hips. Hollow out your belly. Roll back onto your sacrum through your waist coming down. A little bit of press into the roller and roll back up. When you come up, bow forward, bringing your chest toward your legs. Press the backs of your legs down. Curl back up over your hips. And roll back. So there's always this light pressure through the forearms to keep that down and back feeling in your shoulders. Hollow out your belly and then roll all the way back up and bow forward over your legs. Lengthen your spine. Let's take one more. Curl up. Use your abdominals to curl you up tall. Curl back. Feel your pelvis curling tight toward your rib cage, narrowing the front of your waist, and then come all the way up and bow forward, stretching forward. And roll all the way back up. Take your roller round in front of you and come to your knees, kneeling on your mat. Place your roller right under your hands, about under your shoulders, and come to a tabletop shape. Press down through the tops of your feet and your shins. And then inhale, start curling the roller or curling down, rolling the roller onto your forearms, lifting your tailbone up, dropping your heart low, and then curl from your hips and wind your spine all the way back up. Let's do that again. Inhale, start arching the spine, reaching your tailbone up, dropping your heart low, but keeping pressure through the arms. So triceps are very active here. And then curl from the hips, lift your belly to your back, and come back to your fingertips. Let's do one more. As you curl down, you might even want to rotate your arms to face in, your palms to face into each other to access the backs of your arms and shoulders. Press into those shins, press into your toes, and curl and wind all the way back up to start. Take your roller behind you now and place it right over the tops of your ankles, and then have a seat on your roller. So you feel the tops of your feet stretch here. Maybe you rock a little bit side to side if this is comfortable for you. And then let's take a turn at tucking the toes under for a toe stand. So hook your toes under, beneath your ankles, beneath your heels. Place that roller back between your ankles and your sits bones, and then sit over your sits bones nice and tall. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit. Go easy if you have tight feet. Just keep breathing here. We're almost done. You're doing great. Okay, and then come up away from your feet. Untuck your toes. Maybe tap out your feet. Release any tension. Take the roller behind your feet. Place your hands back with your fingertips facing back, palms forward for a camel. So on your inhale, press into those shins, lift your thighs, and lift up. Hug your shoulder blades back, lengthen your neck, and then gently lower your hips back down to your heels. Place your hands forward, skim them along the front of the mat to child's pose. Stretch your spine long out in front of you. Let the forehead rest on the mat and wind down your triceps towards the mat and your biceps a little up toward the ceiling. Let's do that again. Curl up from your hips. Wind up your spine over your hips. Reach back for your roller, fingers back, palms forward. And lift up your thighs. Engage the backs of your legs. Hug your shoulders and arms back. And then gently reverse your way down. Have a seat on your heels. Sweep your arms forward like you're smoothing out the floor and stretch out long in front of you. Fill up your backside body with breath. Let's do that one more time. Roll from your hips, wind yourself back up over your hips, reach back for your roller, press up through your thighs, open your heart, and then softly lower yourself back down. And sweep your arms forward through your fingertips and sink down heavy through your heart. Let your forehead rest on the mat here. Breathe into the sides of your ribs, the back of your rib cage, and then roll yourself all the way back up. So let's take the roller to the side now for a side bend. So come into a side-seated position here where you have your foot along the inside of your thigh and your ankle back by your hip, and square your hips and shoulders so that you start with a really long waist on both sides. Bring your hand onto the roller, maybe use the outside of it and connect into that tricep. Extend your opposite arm up. And then inhale, side bend out, and exhale, come back in. As you go out, feel the strength of your bottom arm stabilizing your shoulder here. Keep engaging your core, and notice that you want to keep the bottom side of your waist nice and long. And bring it back in. Now the next one, we're going out for a twist. So inhale out, exhale, rotate, place both of your arms on the roller. Stretch out, nice and long in your twist. Press into your roller, inhale, coming up. and then exhale back out. So I've got my palms facing in. I'm spinning the triceps down towards the floor and biceps up again to really help lift the chest, lift the sternum, and draw the blades down. One more. Extending out. Lengthen your waist, stretch out of your waist, and come back in. Good job. Let's take the roller to the other side. Do it again. Okay, find your setup. So you'll be seated just on the one hip. That's the interesting thing about this move. Okay, so bottom arm, work through that pinky side, knife edge of your hand, reach your other arm up, soften your shoulder blade down, and let's begin. Side stretch out, long waist, active bottom side of the body. Exhale, bring it back in. Let's go for two more. Inhale over, exhale up, and one more. Inhale over into that side plank position. Exhale, bring it up. Let's add a twist. Inhale over, exhale, rotate. Place both of your forearms on your roller, about shoulder width apart, and roll it out. Lengthen your waist, draw your belly to your spine, and then draw it back in. Let's go for that two more times. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale. Bring it back in. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Back in. Nice job. We have one more exercise here. It's the swan. So lie on your belly with your roller in front of you. And place your forearms onto the roller with your thumbs facing up towards the ceiling. Draw your legs together, pressing down through your big toes and spinning your inner thighs towards each other. Turn your cheek to one side, and then on your inhale, press into that roller and come up. Inhale, coming up. At the top of your swan, turn your head the opposite way, and then roll all the way back down, landing on the other cheek. Let's set that up again. Draw your legs tightly together. Inhale, press, spin your arms. As you lift your heart, lift your belly, lift the front of your ribs, turn your head the other way, and roll it back down. Let's take that two more times. Inhale, coming up. Really notice that the neck is elongated, so your gaze is level. It's like you have something on the crown of your head when you come up and down. Depending on how high you get, you may actually be looking higher and not be quite so level. Lifting up, turning, and back down. Good job. Take your hands off the roller. Bring your hands right beneath your shoulders. Engage your belly. Press up to your knees. Let's widen the knees and bring the big toes together, and we'll sit back in a child's pose. Walk your hands out in front of you. Let your ribs sink down toward the floor and your hips sink back toward your heels. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat for a side bend. Cross your left hand on top and let your left hip sink to your left heel. Breathe some space along the whole left side of your body. And then walk your hands back through center. Take it over to the left. Cross your right hand on top. Sink your right hip to your right heel. And breathe some space and open your right side body. Then walk your hands back through center. Curl from your hips, find your core here, draw your belly to your spine, and stack yourself all the way back up. Good job. Thanks for joining me today.